Hi, my friends. I hope you had a great 3-day weekend. I hope you thought about all the wonderful things that Martin Luther King did for us. And now it is time to move on to our next theme. As you can see, Miss Mingo the Flamingo is already dressed for the theme. It is winter clothes and hibernation. That is the word that is going across my shirt, hibernation. So this week we are going to be talking about those things. For the winter clothes, during winter season, we cannot run around in our swimsuits. We would be freezing all the time, which of course we wouldn't want. And so we wear things that keep us warm, such as jackets and sweaters or sweatshirts and scarves and gloves or mittens. And during hibernation, that is when animals will sleep longer in their homes to stay nice and warm. So before they hibernate, they will gather a whole bunch of food and eat a lot of food so that they could sleep during hibernation. And that's why spring is so important, because that tells them when it's time to get out of their caves and their homes to come back out into the world and get more food. So let's go ahead and get started. Today we're going to read Froggy Gets Dressed, just like Miss Mingo. See her? She's got her cute little hooded sweatshirt on. It was cold. Froggy woke up and looked out the window. "Snow, snow," he sang. "I want to play in the snow," he said. That would be cool if we looked outside and it was snowing, huh? "Go back to sleep, Froggy," said his mother. "Don't you know? Frogs are supposed to sleep all winter. Wake up when that snow melts." Look at Froggy's face. He's not too happy with that, huh? "No, no," cried Froggy. "I'm awake, awake, and I want to go outside and play in the snow." So Froggy put on his socks, zip, pulled on his boots, zip, put on his hat, zip, tied on his scarf, zwit, tugged on his mittens, zoom, and flopped outside into the snow. Flop, flop, flop. What did he forget? "Froggy!" cried his mother. "What?" yelled Froggy. "Did you forget to put something on?" Froggy looked down. "Whoops!" cried Froggy. "I forgot to put on my pants." Silly Froggy. He flopped back inside, flop, 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 tugged off his mittens, untied his scarf, took off his hat, pulled off his boots, he left on his socks, and zipped up his pants. Zip! It's a lot of work to do, huh? Then he pulled on his boots, zoop, put on his hat, zap, tied on his scarf, zoop, tugged on his mittens, zoom, and flopped back outside into the snow. Flop, flop, flop. "Froggy!" called his mother. "What?" yelled Froggy. "Did you forget to put something on?" Froggy looked down. "Oops," he cried. "I forgot my shirt." "And your coat," added his mother. Silly old Froggy. He flopped back inside, flop, 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 tugged off his mittens, untied his scarf, took off his hat. He left his pants, boots, and socks on, and buttoned up his shirt. Zip, zip, zip. Then he snapped on his coat, snip, put on his hat, zap, tied on his scarf, swoop, tugged on his mittens, zoom, and flopped back outside into the snow. Flop, flop, flop. That's a lot of work to do, huh? "Froggy!" called his mother. "What?" yelled Froggy. "Did you forget to put something on?" Froggy looked down. He had on his mittens. He had on his scarf. He had on his coat. He had on his shirt. He had on his pants. He had on his boots. He had on his socks. He reached up. Yep, he had on his hat. What could be missing? What didn't he put on? Do you guys know? Think about it. What didn't he put on? Your underwear! His mother laughed. Oops, cried Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. He flopped back inside. Flop, 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 tugged off his mittens and tied his scarf, unsnapped his coat, unbuttoned his shirt, unzipped his pants, pulled off his boots, took off his socks. He left on his hat and zipped up his long john. Zip of elastic. That's a lot of work to do, huh? Then he pulled on one sock. Zoop. He pulled on one boot. Zip. Tugged on one mitten, zum, started to tug on the other and let it drop. He said, I'm too tired. And back to sleep he went. He should have listened to his mama, huh? Zzz, zzz. Good night, Froggy. Silly old Froggy. Wasn't that just the funnest story ever? So remember, you need to look outside to figure out what the weather is like before you get dressed so you know the proper outfit to wear. It is winter time. You should always have a coat with you. Even right now, it's a little bit warmer, but you should always have some kind of a jacket and tie it around your waist or keep it in the trunk of your parents' cars so that if it does get windy or cold, you have the jacket to grab instead of just being freezing. All right, my friends, go check out your activities for today. We'll see you later. Bye.